In the Garage with Bodie Stroud.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to In the Garage. It's good. I can hear me now. There I am. Kind of weird. Okay. Anyways, welcome to In the Garage. I'm Bodie Stroud, and these guys are, I don't know who the heck these guys are, but they're just joining me today for the radio show. Very excited to see them. Thank you for joining me. Nice to meet you.
For the first time.
Yeah, I want you to make sure you keep it down the whole show. This is my show. I'm talking the whole time.
All right.
Can you do that?
I'll try my hardest.
Shoot. Oh, good morning, everybody, and happy Wednesday. I've been out sick. I was out sick Monday, so yesterday seemed like I'd been out a year. Why is that? You miss a day and you come back and it seems like you've been gone forever. Weird, very weird. But now today my daughter's sick. It's kind of just going around the house, you know, when you got 3 kids and animals and everything else. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It just keeps going around the house. So anyways, got my 7-year-old here, and she's sick as well. So, yeah, there you go.
I'm glad I don't have that problem.
Yeah, you're lucky. You're lucky you don't have that problem. Well, no, I wouldn't change it for a thing. But yes, it does suck when the sickness is going around the schools. And it seems bad right now. It seems like all the kids are sick. She's a little upset because it was picture day. So, anyways. Yeah, what do you do?
Dreaded picture day.
Dreaded picture day. Remember that when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah.
I always hated that. I hated it when you spent, like, you know, an hour in front of the mirror and then you get there and then they brush your hair. It's like, what the? I liked it looking like that. I liked it looking all crappy.
That's why I just shaved my head. Didn't have a problem.
I always had some kind of long hair, or I don't know, whatever the style was at that time. Yeah. Mostly long hair my whole life. Yeah, until now. I don't know why.
It wasn't that long of the pictures I've seen of you younger. You had longer hair.
That's because the only time my family took pictures of me is when I did cut my hair.
Oh. Okay.
They didn't like me with long hair. My dad hated it. So it's like, okay, he's got long hair. Do not take any pictures of him.
Gotcha.
Back then, you know, Polaroid film was expensive. Oh, shoot. Every week we are brought to you by Steel Rubber Products, and check them out, steelrubber.com, and also Magnaflow. Check them out at magnaflow.com. Love to hear from you, so send us those tech questions, or any questions you got. I don't know. If you want to know what I'm wearing next week or tomorrow, let me know. I'll let you know. Looks like we got to take our first break. Hopefully we got all our bugs worked out, and we'll be right back after these words. Welcome back to In the Garage. Oh, there we go. We're back on track. Just a little switch.
Yep.
Don't you hate that when it's just a little switch?
Yep.
Crazy.
You gotta keep rolling. You gotta keep going.
Yeah, all this crazy technology. I don't know.
But we're back. Hey, Nikki here.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm back.
Hey, Nikki. Yeah.
Got it all figured out.
I had to steal her mic. It was quick thinking. I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was quick thinking. So, and who are you?
I'm still Mitchell McDonald.
Okay. Hashtag Silent Mitchell. That's who you are.
A.K.A.
Hashtag Silent Mitchell.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to
Also
give me
known
another
as-
name. I was waiting for another
No.
name.
Right? I was like, what is
That
he
is
going to
my
come up
only
with
Yeah.
name.
today?
Yeah. Notice we were all quiet listening because you were speaking.
The one look guy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What was I talking about before the break? I don't even know. I don't know where the hell I am.
Well, you were sick. Now your daughter's sick.
Yeah. But I went on to something else. But anyways, that's what happens when you own a business. You forget everything. Your mind goes completely to mush. And, that's it.
Shout out to all the business owners out there.
Yeah, God, and your mush brains.
And your mush brains.
I feel your pain. Oh, shoot. And what were you asking me during the break, Mitchell?
I was asking you why the 32 Ford is the ultimate hot rod.
I don't know. I think there's several reasons, or maybe just a few. I know that better known as the Deuce had become the ultimate hot rod. Basically because it was the first affordable car with a V8, and though it was conceived Ford's Model T and Model A four bangers, once the around the Ford Model T and the Model A's, and but once the 32 came out, hot rodders saw the obvious advantage of 4 more cylinders. So faster.
Faster is better.
It is better. It is better. I also think that it was it was the
Really?
Yeah. What do you think of that?
I didn't know that was included.
What was that?
I don't know. That was just that was me trying to talk all amped up. I haven't been on coffee or caffeine
I know.
for
I didn't
4
have
days.
coffee today either.
Well, I had it today, so now my tongue's moving faster than I can actually speak.
Your tongue has the jitters.
Oh shoot! I think it was for its simple design, and its lines, and they didn't have a fancy grill. They were very simple. You know what I mean? So they were easy. They just had that hot rod look. You could see the gas tank, and it just the 32 Ford had none of that crazy, aerodynamic styling, and so it became the final and most refined example of the honest way all cars had been designed since the beginning. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
It is crazy.
Now I have a question.
I just read that. Could you tell? Yeah, what's your
and
question?
I hope all questions are no stupid questions, but
Nah,
okay.
not here.
When we think about like hot rod, like to this day, can we think of like Ford the brand?
Pretty much.
Like, that would be,
when you
like, the
think
number
about
one
it,
hot
that's what I
rod.
think
You think
of.
of a Ford?
Yeah, I think of a Ford. I think of the 32 Ford. It is the most well-known, hot rod car. I think it was the first, really.
Mm-hmm.
And
did it live up to its standards like today?
I just think it set the path. You know what I mean? I think it just it was a simple way to shove a V8 in there, and it wasn't a very heavy car, so it just it made it easy to go fast. And if you go out to probably the Salt Flats or wherever, Bonneville, that's the most common car you see running out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's still one of the most common cars you see anywhere.
Yeah, it really is.
Nice.
It's huge. Like if you go to the Roadster show in Pomona every Father's Day, it's just there's I don't know, probably 1,000 of them out there, or close to it. There's hundreds of them, and it's amazing, and it's pretty cool. But Mitchell and I went out there one time. We were walking around, and you're looking for different ideas, and once you go through about 100 of them, you think, wow, they all look the same. They all had a lot of similarities, you know what I mean? They all had the same gauge styling, dashes, center consoles, seating. There wasn't many ways to change it, or there's not many ways. We have done a 32, and it's hard to change because it's so simple, and you don't really want to change it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Back in the day, they would to make them really hot roddy, they would remove the fenders, and someone would remove the sides of the engine, the hood, and they would incorporate into the design like headlights, hinges, or horns. They would just everything was hung onto the body in a simple, sincere presentation. It was pure. It was,
Mm-hmm.
So but I didn't live in that era, so I can't really tell you when it came out. I couldn't say, wow, this is the ultimate hot rod. I don't think that's.
So
I don't think they were thinking the word hot rod. Do you think? When do you think the word hot rod came about? I'm going to say like in the 70s or something. 60s?
I mean, they have the big greaser scene and everything in the 50s.
I know, but do you think they said, hey, let's get in our hot rod? Because I hate that word.
I don't know.
Hot rod. I don't know. I just don't like hot rod.
I think they were using it in American Graffiti. So based off that movie, if that movie's true,
yeah, I guess
they were using it in the 50s.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so maybe they were. Maybe they were using it way back then. I mean, but hot rod is a way of describing these cars that we build. So I call them custom autos. That's what we do. Custom autos. Yeah.
I like that. I don't know why talking about like hot rods and like the 1930s and 50s and 60s. I went to my mind went to Grease. Have you guys seen that movie?
Mm-hmm. No, I haven't.
Oh, come on.
I saw it in the theater. I saw it when it came out.
You just aged yourself, by the way.
Yeah, well, hey, what do you
do?
And I've probably seen it 1,000 times since then.
But I think about those cars. Like, they had some really cool cars in that movie.
Oh, it was a great movie.
But I will never forget that red one with the clear...
Oh, the clear hood? Yeah.
What was that car?
That was a 48 Ford, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't remember.
I think it was a 48 Ford.
And that's a hot rod,
I think it was
right?
a convertible.
That's a hot rod.
It was, yeah, that is a hot rod. Now, when you say hot rod, that's a hot rod. You know what I mean? What we do is I guess people would consider it to fit into the hot rod category, but I call them custom autos. I like, I don't know.
Okay,
I guess
I
I'm
think
not
your
a trendy
blue one right here is a hot rod. Your red one over
whatever.
there is a hot
We got to
rod.
take a break. We'll be right back. You're listening in the garage at CRNTalkRadio.com. Or CRN Talk. I can't even. Welcome back to In the Garage. Been an interesting morning. Kind of a weird start to the show so far, but
it's just one of those
hopefully
mornings.
we can get it back on track here. Yeah, let's reel it in.
Gotta roll with it. Have some good laughs.
Yeah.
So I found this thing on the internet. And
yeah, you did.
It's
I don't even know what to think of this
thing.
I want to know how long it took you to find it.
Yeah, this is amazing because I want to know how you found this.
Okay.
Describe it to the listeners.
So I went on Google and I typed in hot rod news, and then this thing popped up.
Boy, did it.
And it's titled as a 1998 Chevrolet S10, but it's a combination of fire truck graphics, absolutely bizarre custom body, and an unconventional engine setup.
This is a good example of
And
when good ideas go bad.
Real bad.
Really bad.
This
really
is being
quick.
sold on eBay.
For $19.
$19,000.
Should be $19.
Yeah. And
I mean, you guys have to check this out. I mean, where did they find? Tell them what it is again. What's the title of it?
1988 Chevrolet S10.
1998. It says here. 1998. Yeah. Okay. Did you say that? I thought you said 88.
98.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's crazy.
Yeah, 1998.
The body is channeled 3 inches, and the cockpit is moved 42 inches rearward. And it's weird because it has like the trucker grill, and then it has 6 wheels. Would you say 6 wheels?
Yeah.
And then
no, it looks like it's got
8.
duals. It's got 8. It's got 2 up. It's got 4 up front and 4 in the rear. This thing is a great. The only cool part about it is it's running a 7.6 liter Seagrave Pierce Arrow V12 from 1941 that makes around 202 horsepower. Oh wow!
Yeah.
That's
and
boasts a 24 spark plug layout with about 60 feet of ignition wire. Wow. Yeah, you really have to go see this thing. It's a 1998 Chevrolet S10 on eBay, and it's going for $19,000. I mean,
and
how does it steer?
I guess that's what it costs to build the thing.
No.
We're gonna call it.
He's got way more
gonna
in
call
it
it the
than that.
thing.
He's got way more in that than $19,000. That's the crappy part about the
Yeah,
whole
it says
thing.
right there. The seller claims the money covers the materials and machine shop charges required to build the bizarre beast.
What?
Yeah.
He probably did this at home.
Yeah, where is he living? Yeah, the machine shop's in the back of his garage or something, because there's no way. I mean, that's the most bizarre thing. I want to know how it steers.
This
Do
is like
all
the
four
Frankenstein
wheels?
of cars.
No, the front two steer it. The back two behind it are lifted off the ground. They don't even touch the ground.
So what are they there for?
Looks.
That's awesome. That's what I would have done. Exactly. That is just like the car of my dreams.
Right.
I wonder how it runs.
I think it would have looked better without the front fender thing that he did.
This whole vehicle is just so weird to actually border on almost being cool. I wouldn't say that. But what does a magnificent monstrosity like this cost? Yeah, that's $19,000. You might legitimately wonder. The buy it now is set at $19,000, with the sale ending on November 14th. Oh, this is old. What?
And this is eBay.
So I wonder if it's sold.
So it's.
This was back in November. Okay.
So now I got to find out whether it's sold or not. What he actually got for it.
I want to know. I want to know where this thing is and if somebody bought it. That would be so cool. Right?
Please call in so we can talk
Yeah,
to you.
please call us and let us know where this thing is. I want to drive it. I want to actually be seen in this thing driving down the road. It's so absurd,
I'm
right?
going to name this the Frankenstein car. Because
I don't
it
even
looks
know
like
if
a
that does it
scientist
justice.
just like threw a whole bunch of things into one car and it turned into Frankenstein. Like,
Okay.
I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah.
But it caught my eye.
Monstrosity is right.
It was weird. Kind of cool.
Okay. All right. That's very, very bizarre. Anyways, looks like we're coming up on another break, huh? We come back. I got a tool we want to talk about with
Yay.
everybody. Show everybody. It's, and where can they see us again? What
On
is that
Tiki
called?
Live.
Tiki Live.
Tiki Live. TIKI Live. LIVE.
.com. Okay. All right. Cool. Can you see us at crntalk.com too?
You could. There's a
Can
little
you?
thing on the side that says studio.
We got to take a break. We'll be right back. You can continue that sentence while we come back. We'll be right back. Welcome back to In the Garage. That was kind of funky right there.
Music.
Yeah, everything about it was kind of funky.
It's like you were rapping.
Yeah. I'm getting ready to jump out of my seat and kick my stool back and start banging my head. You guys can picture it, right? Yeah, I start slamming you guys with elbows. Look out!
I'm so done. Like this little.
Oh,
So
man.
tell us what you got here.
Okay, what I have here in front of me is the Nibbler. A Nibbler is it's one of our favorite tools, especially if you're getting into cutting shapes and curves and corners, and if you got a bad spot on a fender and it's rounded, you want something to go around it and follow the contour, you know. This pretty much does that. It's got a little handle on it, and at the end of it, this is the actual nibbler. And what the nibbler does is it basically, I don't know if everybody can see that there, but it's a little shaft in there with a notch out of it that goes up and down, and it basically just takes a bite out of the steel. But it does it so fast when you pull the trigger on the drill bit that it's like it leaves a super clean line. So you can basically go up to a spot on a fender and hold it just like this, you know, with the handle here. This will spin because there's a shaft and a gear in here that makes the rod go up and down. And you can, wherever you can hold that thing in whatever radius you want to go, tight a circle as you want. You can do a square with it, rectangle if you got a bad rot area and you want to, cut it out. You've made a piece already and a template, and you've marked it, and You just follow your line you've marked and cut that out. I mean, it's really simple. It's good for, I don't think you want to do like 16 gauge steel, right? You just want to, I'd say up to 18. I think if you're doing 16, you're just going to wear the nibbler out.
Yeah.
It's a great little device. You also have the clamp that clamps onto the drill and holds it. So if you want to, you're working at your bench or whatever, and you want to just make it, stationary and leave the nibbler up, you can do that. You can clamp it to the table, and
That seems like an easier way to do it.
it is. Let's see what you got here. This way, yeah, this way works. And then you can just spin this up like that. You clamp it like that. And once it's clamped to the bench, you just pull the trigger and you can put it on hold, and away it goes. That thing's just nibbling. So then you got both hands and you can hold your piece of sheet metal and you can kind of feed it through like you would a bead roller. So you just, make your lines and your pattern wherever you want to cut it. Basically just, and it's that easy. It's like, I consider working with metal like arts and crafts. I loved arts and crafts in school. It was my favorite class.
I did too.
Did you?
I did.
Yeah, because I sucked at math and everything else. So arts and crafts was always good. The best part of arts and crafts was when you'd put the Elmer's glue all over your hands and let it dry. That was great. Right? Oh, man, you'd sit there the rest of the day peeling it off. I don't know what it was with that, but it was just so interesting. You don't even know what I'm talking about, do you?
No, I do. I did.
Come on, you're not a true arts and crafts person
Kindergarten.
until you've done the Elmer's glue, and I know the listeners know what I'm talking about because they're probably as old as I am. But, yeah, check them out. They got all different lengths, sizes. It comes with extra... you can find it at thenibblerman.com. That's www.nibbler, nibblerman.com. And if you're a metalworker guy and you're in your garage or something and you're looking for a cool way, it's an inexpensive way. I forget what it was, like $180 or something like that.
Yeah, I think with the stand.
With everything, yeah. It was very inexpensive, and you can look for them at car shows too. This guy's usually at car shows. I see him everywhere. It's great. I wouldn't say I use it all the time, but it does come in handy. And if you are doing something artistically, or you do need the curves, or you're going over a contour, and you can't quite get the cutoff wheel or something around it to follow that contour. It's got a weird corner. Mm-hmm. This will get in that corner, so it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah, it'll practically cut through a 90-degree bend.
Yeah.
Anything.
And it leaves a nice, perfect edge if you got a nice, steady hand. Yeah.
So no coffee.
No coffee.
No coffee.
No coffee before using the nibbler. Right? Don't want a shaky hand. No, I think anybody can do it. I've even gone off the lines. I know everybody thinks that everything I do is perfect the first time around, but it's not. I usually have a scrap like, no, I don't. Just kidding.
No, just kidding. I'm perfect. Just kidding.
Oh, shoot. No, you will. I would, I always recommend this on anything you do, whether it's welding. And if you're doing a final piece, you get a piece and practice on it. You know what I mean? Because that's what I do.
Practice makes perfect.
Oh, man, especially the older I get. It's like I go, oh, my God, I haven't done this in a while. Okay, let me grab a piece and you practice. Seriously, you just have to practice. So
this is used for more creative pieces, correct?
Well, it's used for anything you want. Some people would probably use it for, an everyday cutting tool, whatever, straight lines, squares, little pieces. It just depends on how comfortable you get with the tool. Everybody's different.
Yeah.
I like the throatless shear. I use that a lot. If I'm standing in front of something and I'm cutting it, because it's like using a pair of scissors. And you can get one at, I hate saying at Harbor Freight, but you can get one there for pretty inexpensive. And I think the one we've had from Harbor Freight has lasted us, 8 years?
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
That's a good one then.
Maybe we're one of the lucky ones. I don't know.
Or it's just one of their good products.
Yeah, or it's just one of their better products. So it's inexpensive, and those are some easy ways there to cut your sheet metal if you're looking for a way, or if you're thinking, And you should go to their website because it shows, I think, a little video too. So you'll get a really good idea, and you'll be like, "Oh my God, I know what I could use that for. I've been trying to cut, this or that and get into this place." And so there you go. Hopefully that helps. The Nibbler.
Nibbler.
The Nibbler.
Nibblerman.com. Check them out.
Nibblerman.com. Welcome back to In the Garage. What were you saying? Kind of cut you off there. You were deep in thought.
Oh, our next story and what we're going to talk about. We should have
That's not what
Mitchell talk about it.
Is that what we were talking about?
I don't remember what we were talking about.
Yeah, you were thinking about something.
Was I?
Yeah. Oh shoot! And you're young. What's your excuse? No coffee.
No coffee. I
That's
had
it.
no coffee today, so I'm a little in the clouds.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. What were you going to talk about, Mitchell?
It was just another fun-filled fact that we have here, I guess. The number 1 Camaro has been restored. It was actually number N100001. It was the very first one they built, and it was used for a display model. But I guess at some point it was torn down and used as a drag car, and then I guess the present owner has restored it. So it's actually back to its original form as the number 1 Camaro that was ever built.
Wow, what is that worth?
That's what I'd like to find out. I mean, you'd think that would be worth a lot.
Yeah.
How much do you think?
I don't know. Did you think it came with the 6-cylinder?
It looks like in the picture it's got a straight 6 in it.
So I'm sure they restored
crazy.
it with the straight 6, right?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Wow. Well, that's pretty cool. You can check that out at carbuzz.com. That's www.carbuzz.com, and check the story out on the car and the pictures, and that's pretty amazing. You know what I mean? Because it looks like it went through several, owners' hands. Turned it into a drag race car. I mean, and you think the whole time, does this person know that they have the number 1 car? Because that's what everybody comes in here and talks. Hey, I got the number 7 car. Have you seen this? Or you seen the number, I got the number 6 car. So this guy's got to be saying the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Or do you think he was just some backwoods guy that said, wonder what this means?
Yeah. I mean,
N100001 must be the 1,000,000th or the 100,000th.
Well, he could have just bought it wanting a Camaro for a race car and didn't even look at the
I
VIN
guess,
number.
yeah, didn't even care. That's amazing. Well, wait till he finds out that this was the car, yeah, and it's worth, $2.5 million or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what that would be worth, to be honest with you. I mean, I would think a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, it's only worth what a collector would pay for it, but that's a significant chunk of history right there.
Right?
The first
We think
Camaro.
so.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so, yeah. I was over at Jay's the other day and saw this car.
Jay who?
Jay Leno.
Oh.
Sorry, yeah. It's a...
First name basis.
Right? Sorry, you guys are besties.
Yeah, besties.
I'm not. What was that?
I don't know. That's kind of fun. I don't know. You sounded like you were mad. I'm not. Poor me.
Let's continue.
Okay, sorry.
So your bestie Jay.
Yeah,
You
check
were
out
at
his
his
check out his Jay Leno's garage. Always a fan of Jay's. I wasn't at his house. I was at his garage.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and I saw this weird looking car, and it's a Daimler SP250, and it was once voted the ugliest car of the 1959 New York Auto Show.
No way.
Yep, ugliest car.
That's not ugly.
What do you mean it's not ugly? You haven't even seen it.
Well,
You can't
based
tell
off
by
this
it. You should see it in
picture
person.
right
It's just
here.
hideous.
I'm going to tell your
disgusting.
bestie. I'm going to tell your
He
bestie,
knows.
Jay.
He knows about the whole
You called
article.
this
Watch
car
him. Go to
ugly.
Jay Leno's garage and check out his Daimler SP250. So type that in there under search when you go to Jay's garage. And I'm sure not too many people even know or have seen a Pontiac Aztec is basically what it is. Originally known as the Dart, the SB250 had its name changed in order to avoid any copyright issues with Chrysler because, they had the Dodge Dart. You knew that, right?
Yeah.
Of course you did.
Mm-hmm.
The car styling wasn't very warmly received, and while there have certainly been prettier cars, we've had plenty of uglier ones since. Yes, we have. It wasn't a bad-looking car. I mean, it really wasn't. Like it says right here, I've seen much uglier since then.
But it doesn't look... It looks cool, to be honest.
I know, but back then it was ugly.
Like the Batman car, like one that, like the Penguin would drive. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It looks like the Penguin would drive this, like a villain.
And then tell Jay that you said that. She's probably listening right now. What is wrong with her?
Hi, Jay.
And on one of his last videos, Jay Leno takes us through the restoration process of his Daimler SB250, which is cool. I mean, I go over there to see what they have in the works. They always got something new, and they're always restoring something. And I know all the guys in the shop, and they're all great people and great guys. They do great work. It's amazing how they bring the car back to life. They have a different way of bringing them back to life than we do. We bring them back to life, and they're bright, and they got this deep paint, and they just have a new modern look. This car looks like that was it, like it was made back then. So they do an amazing job.
I think it looks
hats off
cool.
to those guys. Yeah, check that out at Jay Leno's garage. We gotta take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to In the Garage. Hope you enjoyed all of our exciting stories and our talk about the Nibbler, but now Nikki's got something special for us.
I do.
It's always crazy.
We've been doing fun
when
facts.
Nikki's got something
Fun
special
facts.
fun facts. Go
And
for it.
quizzes.
We gotta hurry. This is the last set.
Okay. This quiz is what kind of car should you get, Bodie?
Should I get?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Question number 1.
Okay.
Which of these features is a must-have for your car? Trendy, low gas emissions, performance, spacious, affordable, or tough?
And I only got to pick one?
Yes.
Well, obviously I'm 6'6", so I'm going to go with spacious.
Okay, number 2. How often do you use your cell phone while driving? All the time. I'm always chatting on it.
Don't even look at me, Mitchell.
I have a hands-free.
Never.
B, I have a hands-free phone that I use every once in a while. C, when I have to, I tend to conduct business as I go. D, never. It's way too dangerous.
D.
E, I rarely use my phone. I'm low on minutes. Or
Oh, God.
the last letter, rarely, but sometimes I use push to talk.
I use it. That's all we need to know.
All the time I'm chatting on it. Let's say all the time.
Okay.
Okay. For you, driving is only as fun as the car you drive, a strain on your ecosystem, a fun way to release some stress, a chore, a necessity, or an efficient mode of transportation.
An efficient mode of transportation that gets me there really fast.
Okay. 4, where do you typically drive? To work, restaurants, on the mall, to places that are really far. I'll walk or bike if I can. Anywhere, but I love the open road. Let's see. School, practice, work, friends' houses, the store. I drive everywhere. Basically, to and from work. I can't afford much else. Or work. I need my car for work to move stuff.
I drive to work, and then I try to as much as possible to avoid all traffic, all shopping malls, schools. Yeah.
So work.
Yeah, work.
5, some cars are more girly than others. Which are you? I'm a guy. No girly cars for me. I'm a girl. I could drive a girly car. I'm a guy, but I don't care if my car is a bit girly. And the other one's a girl, so you don't need that one.
Yeah. Well, it depends on if the girly car is cool looking. Then I would probably drive it. I don't care, right? You know what's funny about these questions is if you would have asked me them 20 years ago, it would have been a totally different response.
Okay, what do you do when you approach a yellow light? Hit the brakes.
I speed up.
Whoops, almost did that. Coast in neutral, blow right through it.
I blow
Yellow
right
means
through it.
speed up.
I blow right through it. I tell you what, I went on a Harley ride a few weeks back, and it rained on us, and the bike I was riding, my bike, I guess, it's got the original 2001 tires on it, so they're like, they're hardened. They're, and it was raining, and I was coming up behind a car that decided it was going to stop for the yellow light. So I gunned it, and I went through that intersection as fast as possible. It was orange. Not only did I blast through it, but I blast through it sideways. My buddy was like, "What the, dude? You're nuts!" Yeah, I literally hit the gas so fast that it took off. I hit like a little bump, and I was sideways going through that intersection. I pulled out of it naturally.
How scary!
Yeah. But anyways, go ahead. Did I?
Yeah, cars have a lot of emission. Are you worried about the carbon footprint? Just yes or no.
I'm a gross polluter. I'm sorry.
Yes. I
am guilty. Guilty as charged. I love old carbureted motors. No, you know what? Everything that we build nowadays runs so clean. It doesn't even compare to any of that. So I guess I'm a clean guy.
You're a clean guy.
Yeah. We're out of time. The show's up.
Because you're always welcome in the garage with Bodie Stroud. Presented by Steel Rubber Products. www.steelrubber.com on CRN Digital Talk Radio. www.crntalk.com.
A truck. A rough and tough truck sounds perfect for you.
Oh.
You have a rugged streak, and we are likely moving heavy items or working in a situation where a reliable truck is best for you.
Does it really say that?
Check out the 2009 Ford F-150.
Hey, there you go.
2009.
What is that thing from?
It's 2009.
Late model, yes.
Check out. You could have updated that. You gotta kind of ad lib while you go. You gotta kind of. You should have said, check out the 2015 Ford F-150.
Like right now?
Yeah.